Once again, your current state, your current situation, their current state, their current situation, what you want, your intention, motivation, what they want, their intention, motivation. How do they feel towards you? How do you feel towards them? What you need, what they need has a spiritual context. We have also your next move, their next move, your hopes and fears, their hopes and fears. And we have the um, forces at work energies here, the forces in between you and the outcome of that forces. Okay. Now, let's go ahead. Your current state, your current situation, Leo, we have Tower clarified by Ilmeniko. Their current state, their current situation. We have the Knights of Wands clarified by Donna Maritata. Okay. So, Leo, your current state, your current situation, um, telling me that there is a sudden realization going on. So there is a sudden realization throughout October, and this realization can come a bit destructive, which means truths can crash down. Why? As you can see, we have the inemico here, this guy, the enemy, betrayal, the hidden threat energy. Um, Maybe you feel blindsided or betrayed because your current state seems to be raw and it seems to be like a bit unstable due to these situations. You may see that the structures that you have trusted in your life, uh, they have been struck down. So this is maybe you now forced to face the opposition or the deceit going on. So there is some confrontation energy there. At the meantime, their current state, their current situation, I would say they are very restless and they are, your person is very much driven by impulse and passion. We have Donna Maritata here. This is representing the responsibility, the married woman, commitment energy. I think their impulsive energy is pretty much tied up to very serious matters um, around duty, long-term maybe connections. So there is some kind of a seriousness going on in that restless energy. They may be also pulled in between adventure of the Knight of Wands, but also responsibility. So, uh, how to say, they may be acting impulsively in the areas that may require maturity and commitment, actually. However, you seem to be really in shock here, my friends. Maybe you felt betrayed or destabilized, and their acting is like seem to be a bit restless here. Okay, now let's go ahead and find out what you want, your intention and motivation. What you want, your intention, motivation comes with the Four of Wands, Four of Wands, Four of Roses in the deck, and it's clarified by Deliranti reversed. Their intention, motivation, what they want. We have the Nine of Cups clarified by Sacerdote reversed. Okay. Okay. Now this is actually connecting us to the first message I will be telling you. I saw the pattern on that. Now, Leo, I see how you want actually in this at this time a foundation you can trust. You want a foundation that you can trust. So this can bring stability, celebration, that joyful, heart-centered Leo energy. But there is madness and confusion energy which is turning upside down here. Like you want the joy and harmony, and you want it without chaos. But this person is like about to create, is about to creating that maybe. So if some things needs to be done, you want them without chaos. Your intention is very clear here. I want stable, grounded connection that feels like home. I want it to be free from drama, confusion, and um, unstable emotional swings. But at the meantime, Nine of Cups is a bit self centered energy. It can be self serving. What they want is emotional fulfillment, and they want their wishes met. But Sacerdote reversed, the priest, the morality, the rules is turning upside down here. So they want this satisfaction and fulfillment outside of traditional and moral constraints. I will do that, but I'm not looking for any moral, traditional, or ethical, maybe. Uh, I'm not looking for that ethical, moral constraints. It's a bit like I'm gonna do it and I'm not accepting the responsibility of it, like not thinking about ethical or moral consequences there. So there is a desire here for indulgence and happiness, but this has to be like on their own terms. So they want it even if it doesn't align with what's right by conventional standards in life. So, and you see, that's why they are not of ones in there, because they want like this adventure passion without, I mean, not without, but they all act impulsive. It's like there is some responsibilities actually, but they want to avoid it. I see you like more in shock, but still insisting on the less drama. I don't want chaos, and your chaos was the tower. So four of wands. I want my stability. Okay, so you come as actually you seem to be shaken, but you come off very grounded here. They want satisfaction, but without moral limits or responsibility at that point. Now let's begin to read the how do they feel towards you. So how do they feel towards you? We have the Ten of Wands clarified by Militare. And how do you feel towards them? We have the Queen of Cups, clarified by Gran Consolazione reversed. Okay. Now, their feeling, how do they feel towards you? No, this is to me, this is a very heavy energy, my friends, by the way. With regards to their feelings, some heaviness is definitely can be mentioned. They feel quite burdened. So it's like actually this connection, Ten of Wands usually comes, my friends, when the connection, I mean, in my readings, the connection feels heavy. Like there is some kind of a requirement with regards to great effort, responsibility. And the military, again, it's the soldier, it's the duty, it's the rigidity, it's the force, like push. So they feel towards you very structured, very disciplined, and weighty, like there is some kind of a responsibility they need to get under. So at that point, love can feel like an obligation they must carry, they feel. Their emotions are not light. I think they see the bound may be dutiful or demanding, or it needs perseverance. It demands that. It demands rules. Demands sacrifice, a context, and yeah, it's like, and they need to like push for that commitments and responsibilities. So this is something I have realized energetically. Your feeling towards the Queen of Cups, look at you, Leo, and Gran Constellazione reverse. You feel compassion, and you have definitely emotional depth for them. Now, Gran Constellazione, when we lose the big reward though, and it becomes the unfulfilled promise. But your feelings, this much of depth, I feel like my feelings also involved in this. It's like reading how you feel, and it's like my feelings also in it about it. I mean, just it just sounds funny. So my feeling about your cards, uh, you feel your feelings comes with a big disappointment. Like, see how I have this compassion for you. I feel it deeply, but it comes with disappointment. You may still care deeply for them, but you feel that the emotional satisfaction you hope for hasn't arrived yet, it seems. Like, you have to love to give, you have so much to give, but you don't feel the return, or you don't feel the reward that you deserve. It's like there is nothing you can do about them, but they seem to be standing in a very different frequency than you. This is how I felt. Okay, so what you need part. Leo, what you need, we have the Ace of Pentacles clarified by Gran Signore. And we have also an angel oracle here, which is called Comfort from Archangel Azrael. I am with you in your time of need, helping your heart to heal. And what they need Eight of Cups clarified by La Lettera. And also we have the Archangel message sensitivity from Archangel Haniel. The oracle says you are extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Honor yourself and your feelings. Oh, look at that. You see actually what type of an oracle has come out of their energetical context. That's why cards are always about what you need to know. It's not always what you want to know. And I like the honesty about the cards. Sometimes cards to me, my friends, feels like that child uh, who points out something about yourself that you haven't realized like for the last maybe 20 years, and they do it in a very like child picking up it, and they say it, and they're like showing you, like mirroring actually what you fear, what you scare, what you minimize, or what you can't confront. So I sometimes this is how I feel around cards language. Okay, so what you need, Leo, Ace of Pentacles we have. Okay, now you need something solid. You need something real, right? You need something promising. So the great gentleman, though, it's a bit upside down. This is also the authority and honor energy. You crave dependable presence, like someone who shows integrity, someone who shows stability, like someone who offers a long-term value. But Archangel Azrael energy reminds you that mm, what you ask for is actually about healing. Like, you need to feel first secure enough to allow your heart mend. So which makes your needs being both practical and emotional. You really need real stability and also honorable love, which can really help you feel safe again. So this is what we can say about that. And I think it's a very good message. Your person, they have also a very striking message here. My friends, your person needs to step back a bit emotionally, Eight of Cups. But they also need to clarify what they will be doing. They need also clarity to the words or exchanges they may want to bring or receive. So maybe they may need to walk away temporarily to process their feelings, but communication is a part of their healing, and sensitivity energy telling us that their emotional fragility right now is very impactful. they must honor their sensitivity instead of hiding it or like making it like too rigid. You know, the need here is like to have this space, but they also need to express and honor their feelings, I will feel. Okay, now the next messages, I think this is one of the most important points. Your next move. Your next move comes with the Two of Pentacles clarified by Il Pensiero. Their next move comes with the Eight of Swords clarified by Viaggio reversed. And as you can see, the messages are super clear here. Now, Leo, your move is here is not about rushing. You are not rushing things forward. I think you are carefully thinking through your options. And you will be, I feel like you will be trying to manage instability, but at the same time, you're gonna keep your mind focused and you will be reflecting deeply on what is truly Two of Pentacles, sustainable, manageable, adjustable. And there is also a sense of how long I can do that, how long I can keep doing that energy. And this is the Capricorn card, Two of Pentacles. So you try to focus on your next move is focusing on sustainability there, because and you got to also manage some instabilities, very focused mind. Okay, this is also action, and they feel very trapped and restricted, it seems. So their next move is actually not moving forward. So they are unable to move forward. And the Viaggio here is also reversed. So if there is some kind of a travel, relocation, progress, it seems they are all blocked, my friends, throughout October at least. That is, we are doing this reading for October. Their next step is essentially no step. So they seem to be stuck, and they may be circling in their own limitations. They may actually want to progress, but I think they feel paralyzed about circumstances and as if their hands are tied. But yeah, so they are not that much of like fast rushing, like this Knight of Wands energy. You are in more in that analysis and balance the things and weighing the paths, but they fall into paralysis. They're unable to make move actually. So the next message is your hopes and fears. Your hopes and fears, we have the Six of Pentacles clarified by melancholy, uh, melancholia reversed. Their hopes and fears is we have, oh my god, we have the devil clarified by Lamante. Oh my god. Okay, so let's let's talk about this now, Leo. Okay, so there is an intensity in the cards. And from your energy, I see that you hope for fair exchange, Six of Pentacles. You hope for reciprocity. You hope for the equal give and take. But you see the sadness and disappointment here with the melancholia. Your fear here is, I think, can be you linger in that despair energy, like the balance never arriving to your life or your connection. You absolutely hope for generosity and mutual exchange, but the fear here is, I think, being stuck in a cycle where one side is providing or giving more than the other person, like to the point that they're on detriment. So you long for fairness and balance, but you also dread uh, being trapped in disappointment at that point. This person hopes for passion and intensity. End of the word. Their desire is very magnetic and they crave deep attraction. There is a pull there. But the fear is also the entrapment of it, which means the passion can bind them in some unhealthy ways, like the desire becoming obsession. And we can actually understand from that how that Nine of Cups can, at the beginning, may lead to. So their inner conflict is more of like, okay, you wanna light the fire, but later uh, they feel they have this fear of being trapped and consumed by the fire, let's say. Okay, so next message is the forces now. The forces in between you, this is the shared energy. The forces in between you, we have the Seven of Pentacles clarified by Messaggere, and the outcome is the Wheel of Fortune clarified by Sospiri. Okay, so your forces. The shared force is about waiting and patience. And at the meantime, I think both sides are evaluating things, especially asking the question, is this worth the effort? And the energy is about important communication, maybe during this pause. So if there is silence now, I would say fear not, because there can be some delayed clarity. And we will have Mercury retro, right, soon. So, words can or messages can come after some careful considerations. And the communication can also give that shared energy, can shape the shared energy like evaluation. So, evaluation of the circumstances through communication, let's say. And we have also the outcome here. Well, Wheel of Fortune, we don't have control over Wheel of Fortune. So first we need to accept that the outcome is not something in your control, not like in their control. There is change and fate is at work. Fate, I don't want to say it like fatalistically. Fate like destiny, like destination, that where it's meant to go kind of thing, let's say, okay? But we have the signs here and some longing energy and waiting energy. So the shift, the change, I think it comes with a sense of yearning and some anticipation. So you will see the wheel is turning. So you're gonna see how the energy is like moving karmically. This is not a position where I can say you're gonna find instant joy with this person. Actually, you have to be so patient uh, in that destination, how it unfolds in its own timing. And the longing is the part of the process there, okay? I want to get one more card for you. I want to get one more card because the Wheel of Fortune energy is very vague. Let me see if we can see something a different dynamic to the outcome. Okay, so as your second outcome, I have the Hierophant clarified by Imaneo. So there is this destinational, uncontrollable longing time will serve something, um, will serve something structural, commitment based spiritual lessons. The Imano energy is partnership, contracts, marriage, and union. So sometimes around partnerships, agreements will be shaped structurally. There are some binding ties there. So the turning of the fate turning off the feel, turning off the wheel, it's leading towards commitment dynamic. Now, it can be, of course, stepping into something formal, but it can be also confronting the lessons of why the commitment feels blocked. Okay, there you need to give it a bit unfold in its own time, because sometimes early, like going and messing with the energy and like this personal interventions is actually brings more block. That's why to let it unfold in its divine timing is also result here. Okay. So this is what I have for you, my friends. I hope you find it insightful. I hope you enjoyed my Forces at Work Love Tarot reading presentation. This is a reading I also perform in private as well. Uh, I have also another reading option where you ask questions one by one. Uh, and one by one asking question is my public streams on YouTube, where you can come and ask me questions one by one, and you donate. But if you are thinking of a more private reading with a lot of placements, clarifications, and also the cards being adjusted to your situation and like tailoring it, also let me know and check the description box below to see how we operate in the channel. Thank you so much, Leo. Always a pleasure to read for you. Please take care, my friends. Bye bye.